Now 6 p.m. on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. This meeting will come to order. Welcome to the 278th Annual Reorganization Meeting of the Pequannock Township Council. In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this reorganization meeting was filed in the Office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building and on the township website. Notice was also transmitted via fax and email to the Suburban Trends, the Record, and the Daily Record newspapers. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a prayer and a moment of silence in honor of those who serve our nation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and the general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Before we begin to the meeting, I'd like to welcome Senator Kristen Corrado. And I believe we have a representative from Kevin Rooney's office here, Kim Sialgi? Maybe not. Maybe they found out what temperature it was in here. First, we'll call the roll. Mrs. Florence Lynch? Here. Mr. Hurd?
Here.
Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mr. Phelan?
Here.
Ms. Winterfield?
Here.
The required quorum being present to conduct formal action, the first order of business this evening is the selection of a member of the Township Council to serve as mayor for the year 2018. Is there a motion from the council?
I'll make a motion to elect Kathy Winterfield as mayor.
I'll second.
Are there any other nominations for mayor? Hearing none, is there any discussion? There being no discussion on the motion to elect Councilwoman Winterfield as mayor for the year 2018. Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Ms. Winterfield?
Yes.
Hey, Mayor, can you do
Congratulations.
something about the heat?
I'll try.
I, Catherine Winterfield,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of Pequannock Township Mayor
of Pequannock Township Mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Our new mayor.
From there.
All right, Mayor, let's get to work.
Get the heat fixed. That was kind of planned.
Before we get started with the official business, I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and I want to thank the entire council for their support and having their confidence that I can run a civil meeting. We are all one team, and We like doing this job, and we will do the very best for Pequannock, and we will always listen to what you have to say, and we will make the best decision going forward from there. So without that, we'll move on with the official business. The next order of business is the selection of the member of Township Council to serve as deputy mayor for the year 2018. Is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Dave Cole.
I'll second it.
Are there any other nominations?
I was supposed to second it, that's all right.
Oh, sorry.
I'll second.
I said I'm second. No, you can have it.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Any other discussion? There being none, the clerk will please call the roll.
On the motion to select Councilman Cole as deputy mayor, Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mayor Winterfield?
Yes. Please administer the oath of office to the deputy mayor.
I, David Cole,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the Pequannock Township Deputy Mayor
all the duties of Pequannock Township Deputy Mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Something you did, Dave, that they're leaving?
Okay, the next order of business is the appointment of the Township Council. The appointments are listed on the agenda, items 7A through 7KK. Is there any discussion on the appointments from council?
I would like to ask if we could appoint Thomas Akey as one of the alternates on zoning board. The application came in late, but we do have 2 openings on zoning for alternates.
Is that a motion? Because I'll second it. If it's an asking, then I'll say okay.
Which is
How
it?
do we have to do it?
Probably a motion to add.
Okay, go make that motion, Dave.
I'll make the motion to
I'll
add
second
Tom
it.
Akey.
Rich just seconded. Rich was with the second.
Okay, so I guess there's no discussion.
Right.
All right, roll call?
I need a motion to approve the appointments.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointments as listed.
I'll second.
As amended.
As
As amended or
As
I'll
amended.
As
second.
amended.
A through double K, right?
A through double K.
Yes.
Come on, guys, we've been doing this for a while.
Do you have a motion and a second? I lost track.
I second it.
Okay. Okay, on the motion to approve the appointments by the Township Council as amended, Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mayor Winterfield?
Yes. The next order of business is the designation of Township Council liaisons for 2018. The proposed liaison assignment are listed on the agenda, items 8A through 8L. Is there any discussion on the designations of the council members? We're good?
So I'll make a motion to accept designations for township councils A through L.
I'll second that.
There you go.
Roll call?
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mayor Winterfield?
Yes. The next item on the agenda is number 9, additional resolutions. Ms. Morris, will you please read the resolutions by title?
For additional resolutions this evening, designating official newspapers, establishing the meeting dates and fee for the meeting notices, adopting the 2018 temporary budget, adopting a 2018 temporary debt service budget, authorizing the cancellation of small property tax refunds, delinquent charges, and fees, establishing the rate of interest and penalties to be charged on delinquent taxes, providing for fees for tax sale certificate redemption calculations, authorizing issuance of duplicate tax sale certificates, designating depositories for township funds, designating depositories for special accounts, authorizing petty cash funds for township clerk, police chief, and recreation department, authorizing change funds for court administrator, the collector of taxes, utility collector, and health department, authorizing the investment of idle funds and fund transfers, authorizing a facsimile stamp, authorizing night depository, designating the certifying agent for public employees retirement system and the police and fire retirement system, authorizing a professional contract service with Valerie Dolan and the firm Nizavachia LLP for services as the township auditor for the year 2018, and establishing the rate for employment of off-duty police officers for the year 2018.
Thank you, Ms. March. Mr. Holberg, would you just please explain the temporary budget?
Sure. Based on last year's budget, it's 1/4 of the 2017, and it allows us to operate our government until we've adopted our 2018 budget.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments on the resolutions from council?
No.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion, that we approve additional resolutions A through R.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mayor Winterfield?
Yes. The next item on the agenda is number 11, the announcement of the manager's appointments. Mr. Holberg.
What happened to 10?
As listed. Oh, yeah, skip the...
Oh, just skip it?
Yeah, that's
Skip
okay.
the...
Mayor's appointment.
You're
Oh, all
good
right.
at this, right?
Do I have to read these? The next item is number 10, announcement of mayor's appointments. Okay. Does everybody have that on the agenda, Ms. Marsh? Or do I need to read them?
I think it's nice if you read them.
All right, to the Planning Board, Class 2, Jeff Moriello. From the Environmental Commission, to the Environmental Commission, these are 4 regular members, Tasha Connolly, Laura Lobb, Andrew Watson, and Thomas Newman. Alternate number 2 will be Richard Thuman. The Young Advisory member will be Nina Sidoric. As the Environmental Commission Chair, Thomas Newman, and he is the chair presently, or he was, 2017, so he's carrying the same position. To the Library Board of Trustees, as the mayor's designee, will be Councilwoman Florence Lynch, and a trustee, Anita Daniel. To the Morris County CDRS, as a regular member, Councilwoman Florence Lynch, and as alternate, Councilwoman Ryan Hurd. To the Shade Tree Commission, as a regular member, Theodore Janner. As alternate number 1, Jeffrey Ringen. And as alternate number 2, Laurel Lobb. Okay. Do-over. The next item on the agenda is number 11, the announcement of the manager's appointments. Mr. Holbert.
Okay, the construction official, Robert Grant, township engineer, Joe Golden, court administrator, Shelley Gallagher, director of public works, Mark Struble, health officer, Peter Coriel, plumbing subcode, Christopher Gibbons, chief of police, Brian Spring, director of health and human services, Peter Coriel, electric subcode, Carmen Agostinelli, fire subcode, Robert Grant, fire official is Robert Westdyke, zoning officer, Jill Hartman, director of finance, Lori Tarnagurski, and fire department chief, Thomas Murphy.
Thank you. Other items is number 12 on the agenda, but there are no matters to come before council this evening on that, so we'll go right into public comment. Individuals are requested to limit their comments to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized or come to the microphone and provide your name and address for the record.
You have one in the back.
In the back corner.
Oh, okay. The poll's in a strategic spot. Hi.
Laura Levine, 364 Newark Turnpike. I should plan something before I just on a whim decided
That's exactly.
That's okay.
decided to say something. The last time we were here, I had handed out envelopes to all of you with the letters, 60-plus letters from the people from town that support my husband. We're going on our 6th month of no pay. For anybody in the audience that doesn't know, he's a Pequannock Township police officer that has been on suspension. 6th month of no pay. We have 2 kids. We could not find a babysitter tonight, which is why we're here. She's 9 months now. And I don't know about all of you, but taking care of 2 young kids and having to pay a mortgage, it's getting definitely difficult. We don't have a hearing for the third, we don't have a date for the third hearing yet. But I just want you guys to keep us in your thoughts, and just wanted you guys to see us. We're still here. We still have a lot of support. We're thankful for that, but it's getting harder and harder. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Okay. There being no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. You gotta say aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned at 6:15.
Wow. The unofficial one.
This is tradition. The ongoing mayor. We're so grateful for you leading us in 2017. You do it best. You're our best cheerleader, and you are. And I really want to just thank you, Melissa, for everything. Thank you so much.
Thanks, of course, I have great support from council and our attorney, our manager, and our clerk, so thank you all. But I did want to say a few words, and thank you so much for this plaque. It's not that long. It's the last time, yes, please, and it's really the last time I get to talk.
Maybe not, maybe not.
I'd like to take the opportunity, don't mind me with the glasses, doing this for 7 years, so I'm becoming blind. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for allowing me to represent you as your mayor yet again this past year. It's been most rewarding. The best part of the job is being able to represent our residents and our constituents. The greatest experience is meeting all of the people in our community who we serve. And I think we all agree with that. I've had the opportunity to meet and talk and work with, as we all have, many of the students in our schools, business owners in our community, and the many volunteer groups that we have here in town. I want to especially thank all the first responders, our veterans in the community. They are just such an inspiration to us all. We appreciate their loyalty and commitment to their mission and to the community. We figured it was going to be a while, I better finish that. 2017 has been a productive year. I just wanted to quickly do a couple of highlights. Most of you may know, if you come to the meetings or watch the videos, some of the projects we've completed with the guidance of our town manager, our engineering department, our planning department, our construction officials. We've completed the construction portion of the village sewer project and are well into the Route 23 sewer extension project. The flood elevation grant process is well underway with the first group of homeowners starting their home elevations. The elevated water tank project is almost complete, along with the construction of the new water main. We continue to work on traffic and street improvements. They're well underway with more crosswalks, striping, signage. That's all continuing to come. We continue to strive to be a more walkable community and improve those areas. With the assistance of the county freeholders, the township was able to acquire the township was able to acquire more Berry House through the historic preservation grant process, and we look forward to this being an active historical landmark in our community for generations to come. We've continued to make improvements to our parks, and we'll continue to do that. We're well underway with the Riverwalk and trail development. We will continue to look for shared services, as we always have, with our Board of Ed, as well as our surrounding communities. We will continue to work on our downtown redevelopment vision and look for future opportunities and improvements for our business district. We continue to work on our river desnagging project, it's almost done, with surrounding neighboring towns. As you may know, the township has hired an expert to help appeal the new preliminary flood maps introduced by FEMA, and we will continue to do everything in our power to fight these maps. We're all on board with that, as we are with all these things. Again, it has been an honor, and I look forward to working together with our council and all of you in doing what is necessary for our town and in the best interest of our residents. And I'd really like to congratulate Kathy Winterfield on being appointed as our mayor. She's going to do a terrific job, as she has in the past. She's a great leader, and will do a terrific job. And David Cole as our deputy mayor, who also has proven himself. So I congratulate both of you, and we look forward to a great 2018. So thank you all for listening. I said congrats.
Oh, no. Hey, was this meeting over, or we went back into session?
We forgot that part. Thank you. Guess you'll have to do the adjournment again.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Right in the middle of that, we had some honored guests arrive. The Sheriff Gannon and Freeholder Doug Cabana. If you'd like to say a few words or anything, because we're pretty much done.
If I could.
Yes, please.
Again, Mark and Sheriff, and it's really an honor to be here. I just want to give a shout out to the police department here and the town. Prior to the spring, I had known each other for about 3 decades. I had a full head of hair. But I'm involved a lot. We're involved a lot in the opioid epidemic. It's affecting all of us. I don't have to tell you, right? It's affecting all of us. We have like 45 deaths result this year. Probably in the area, 200 police Narcan saves in that area. Never mind the EMS and the emergency departments. So we have this epidemic going on. But I just want to say that this morning, we're across the street, right? For a drop-in center that's been open here. It's going to be open 2 days a week, a day and a night, for more people that are facing addiction. And it's the effort of the police department and the town working together with people in the community that really care. And I just would be remiss if I didn't recognize that Pequannock again is at the forefront of this. This is only the third one in the county. So you should be very proud of that. I'm very proud of that here, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody. So happy New Year.
No, thank you.
I just want to wish everybody a healthy and happy new year. 2017 promises to be, again, another challenging year for our budget in Morristown. And, after years of no tax increase on services, we will be doing our best to maintain that again. And if anybody's available Friday night at 6 o'clock, Records Administration Building is the field of Reorg meeting. We invite everyone to come. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mayor.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Outgoing Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. No further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.